Hello everyone, I hope each and everybody out there doing great and having optimum health. In this video I'm going to I'm going to speak about some sort of mass and weight, because in my previous classes I was explaining some laws of falling bodies, and I also give some lectures on mathematical problem on falling bodies and throwing bodies, and this topic is a very basic and very simple also to understand this concept clearly. So I hope that on your previous classes you already studied about mass and weight. So in defining mass, what you got, the mass of a body is the quantity of matter. This is very important to understand, the quantity of matter contained on it. So firstly, if we can define mass of an object or of a body is the quantity of a matter contained on it. It means that the mass is a very fundamental and very unchangeable quantity of a matter, because suppose an astronaut having 75 kgs body mass, if in a spaceship or if he travels in the orbit of the earth, the mass won't change because the quantity inside of the astronaut is not changing. So that is why mass won't change. So that is why if we define mass, the mass of the body is the quantity of matter contained on it. But in case of defining weight, we can have the weight of a body is the force of attraction of the earth on the body. That means there is a difference, that quantity of matter and force of attractions. There are two different things in case of defining mass and weight. In case of mass, we must consider the quantity of matter in it, and in case of weight, that is the force of attraction of the earth. So that is why we need to compare these things, and to understand the concept clearly, we can have some topic to some distinguishing between mass and weight. So at first, definition. In case of definition, we must see that things that this is the quantity. This is very important. Quantity of matter. So mass is actually the quantity of matter, and then weight is the force of attraction. Force of attraction of earth. So force of attraction of earth. So in case of defining, we must consider this one, and then the quantity, and we must know that mass is the scalar quantity. The scalar quantity, this is also important, the scalar quantity, and this is the fundamental quantity, and this is the fundamental quantity, as well as weight is vector quantity. Why is vector? This is important, and this is derived quantity. Why this is vector? Because we know that to calculate the weight of anything, we must know that mass is expressed by m, and then weight is expressed by w. So when we have to calculate some weight of anything, we need to multiply the mass into the gravity, the acceleration due to gravity. That means we have to multiply the mass with the gravity, the acceleration due to gravity of that place where the object belongs to. Suppose if any object having 60 kilogram masses and goes to the center of the earth, the gravity of that place is 0. So if the 60 kg masses multiplied by 0, the answer is 0. So if there is any object having n number of masses, the weight can be 0. So because weight is depending on two different things, which is mass and gravity. If there is a mass of 100 kilogram but the gravity is 0, then the total weight is 0. But in case of here in this earth's surface, the g is 9.8. So if there is anybody having mass of 60 kilogram, then the weight of that body is 60 kilogram times 9.8 meter per second square. So as this is scalar fundamental quantity, so the unit of mass is kg. This is kilogram. So this is important. And the unit of weight is, as is the force, this is definitely Newton. And again, dimension. In case of understanding the dimension, the mass is m. Dimension is m. And weight, as it is force, the dimension would be ml t times minus 2 or ml t inverse 2. In case of variation, mass never varies from place to place, so it will remain same as the object are same. So the quantity of matter inside something will never change, so variation does not occur. Variation does not occur, but here variation occurs. Variation occurs in different place, as because the value of G in different place of earth are not same. Very primarily I can say that, as you know, that the earth is not pure circular, it's compressed in the polar region. So in the equator there is a maximum place in comparison to the polar place. So in polar region, the radius of the earth is much smaller, I mean a little bit smaller than in the equator. So that is why the G is changed, because in my previous classes when I explained the title of the video is G, acceleration due to gravity, I explained why G is higher in polar region and comparatively lower in equator region. So here does not occur. So measured by, we must know that mass is measured by the common balance with some standard masses. So we can say that this is common balance, and here we know that weight is measured by the spring balance. So this is important. So I only provided a very primary lectures on mass and weight. So at first we need to define mass of a body is the quantity of matter contained on it firstly, and then weight of a body is the force of attraction of the earth on the body. So we can have the topic, the difference, definitions, quantity, unit, dimension, variation and measured by. So this is a very normal and very simple differences and distribution between mass and weight. So on the next class I will explain some sort of mathematical problem solving in case of mass and weight. And of course, those are studying, you please keep watching these videos and do let me know what is your requirement. I shall try my level best to upload those classes based on your requirements. Take care, see you, bye.